on, what I'm reading, it signals to me that we're going to start seeing $15 to $20 for a dozen eggs. We're going to start to see $8 to $10, $12 for a loaf of bread. We're going to start to see some pretty crazy things. I'm going to share this with you to help you prepare, and you'll be able to see more clearly as to what's actually happening, connecting the dots. On this channel, I talk about personal finance, real estate, investing, and money. Last year, I've been kind of pulling back, not investing in real estate. I thought things were getting out of control. People are overpaying for property. I thought that we're going to be stepping into some change, and it looks like we are. We are stepping into some change, and it looks like as they continue to increase interest rates to fight inflation, we're going to start to see defaults and affordability get out of control for most, and we're going to likely see a lot of defaults on mortgages, credit card payments. We're going to start seeing these defaults, and that's the time you want to have great credit. You want to have cash in the bank. You want to have a strategy. And you want to be prepared, right? And that's what I thought was coming, and it looks like it is coming. But I think this is actually going to get way worse than I first anticipated. I'm going to walk you through this because what's happened in the last 14 days is absolutely crazy. No one could have predicted this, and if they would have predicted it, they would have been some crazy person no one would have listened to, right? Take a look at this. Please hit the like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube's going to share this content to educate more people about what's going on in the economy. If you help fix your credit, we'd love to help you at greatcreditfast.com. That's greatcreditfast.com. The phone number is 561-430-5900 for a free consultation. Take a look at this. This came out January 26th. A perfect storm for the whole food system right now. One of the world's largest fertilizer companies warns that every country, even those in Europe, is facing a food crisis, right? This is before all the insanity that's happened in the last 14 days in America that I'm going to break down. They're saying that we're already stepping in to a food crisis. In their words, food crisis. The Ukraine war upending the global economy in many ways. Energy markets have been among the most affected, with declining Russian oil and natural gas exports in the West sparking a domino effect of fuel crisis worldwide. But the war has also warped another critical facet of the global economy: food, right? Food. Look at this. Pay attention to the states here, right? We all heard about this situation. No one's really talking about it. That state, this state, South Carolina, this state, Texas, right? 3 states, and you look at the dates. This is 1 day ago in Texas, 1 day ago. This is 1 day ago in South Carolina, right? Same exact day. This is about 2 weeks ago, right? So all 3 of these situations unfolded. Then we had this situation happen yesterday, or today, excuse me, in Arizona, right? It was a truck, and what spilled everywhere? For fertilizer, right? Something to support fertilizer. So you look at where the map was of this. The map is right here. So it hit this area and the river. There's a river that comes all the way here, and to show you exactly where the river is, it goes just like this, all the way here, directly through this, right? Directly through that. And that's where do farms get all their water? They get it from rivers, streams, and irrigation ditches. And so all the farms, a lot of the farms that are in these areas could be in trouble. They might end up either closing down, or maybe they still continue to produce food, but it could be a very, very, very big problem. It, to me, looks like it's going to be stepping into a very, very big problem. And then also, this was about 2 weeks ago, 100,000 chickens killed, right, in Connecticut, right, 100,000 chickens, and this came out today. All these situations. So we're likely going to see continuing prices to rise. We're going to likely see a situation in which credit card companies and banks are aware that, hey, they have clients that are making $30,000, $40,000 a year. They were barely making it before. Now food costs are rising 10, 20, 30, 40%. And what are they going to do? They're going to just swipe the credit card, and they're going to feed themselves and deal with this situation later. And if it means defaulting or not paying, then so be it. They're going to feed themselves first, right? And as that happens, banks are going to start tightening up on lending. But look at what the Wall Street Journal said today. I mean, this is crazy to me. It says to save money, maybe you should skip breakfast, right? Skip breakfast. That's absolutely insane, right? And remember they said inflation is going to be transitory a couple of years ago. Inflation's transitory. This is only part-time. It's just going to be a short-term situation. Things have only gotten crazier, right? Things have only gotten crazier. And right now, credit card debt hits $930 billion, an 18.5% increase. 18.5% increase to $930 billion. Now, a couple things have happened over the last week or so. Jerome Powell said that the economy is looking very, very good. The job numbers came out. The job market's growing. They said that inflation is still very stubborn and that they need to continue to increase interest rates to combat inflation. So, if we have a situation in which the cost of gas is rising, the cost to service existing credit card debt is getting much, much more expensive, the cost of food is rising, and there's shortages, like they suggest right here. And then, again, this is before everything that just happened the last 2 weeks. What does that lead me to believe, and all of us to believe? Supply and demand. If there's a reduced supply and the same amount of demand, you're going to see prices continue to rise. Right? It's no longer going to be based on affordability. If somebody can afford it, they're going to get it, or they're going to make a logical decision. No, it's either going to be they're going to eat or they're not going to eat. Right? So people are going to eat and they're going to swipe it on their card, and it's going to likely bring a really, really big affordability crisis to this country in 2023. Now, what I personally believe is that the situation and position that a lot of people want to be in right now is out of high interest rate consumer debt. They want to have great credit. They want to have cash in the bank. They want to have a game plan and a strategy. That's what they want. They do not want to be in a situation in which they are basically paying 30 or 40% more for food, and then they're putting on a credit card that's charging them 25% or 30% interest, and basically borrowing $100 and paying back $350 or $400. No one's going to get ahead like that. So if you do have let's say a credit card balance, a high interest rate credit card balance, what you want to do right now is you want to pay close attention to other credit card offers. There's maybe 12 or 14 different credit card offers right now that are allowing you to transfer high interest rate credit card debt to them at 0%. And some of these cards are 6 months, 12 months, 21 months at no interest. So you could transfer your high interest credit card debt to them and just get an aggressive pay down schedule to pay it off as soon as possible. And then you want to have other credit lines. You want to position yourself to get access to money, because as the world changes, you're going to want that freedom and flexibility. You're not going to want to, have a small credit limit on one card or two cards and not be able to absorb some of these new costs, because these costs are likely going to be coming, and I believe they're going to be coming in 2023 and 2024. But I mean, if we just look at what happened the last 2 weeks, to me, it's signaling like things are happening a lot faster. And I've left out a lot of other things that have happened over the last couple weeks too. Things are happening a lot faster than I think a lot of people could ever imagine. What do you think about this situation? Do you think that this is going to get worse? I mean, again, you just look at the locations, right? You look at the locations. All of these locations compared to, now I'm not saying like any type of theory or anything like that. I'm just simply saying you look at the location, right? Here, coming down to here. Here, coming there, right? It's a problem. There's no doubt about it. It's a problem. And this is going to likely continue to ramp up. So if you are looking to invest in real estate, you want to do something, because the old saying is true. Money is made in a bull market and money is invested in a bear market. When you're stepping into a situation where all these property owners bought a house and they're not able to refinance their house because A, they don't either have the money, or B, they're not going to be able to afford it because of the new increased cost on the new mortgage rates. Everything skyrocketed. Mortgage rates like 6.5%, 7% for some borrowers. And if they had a 3% mortgage, they're going to want to refinance into a 6 or 6.5 or 7% mortgage. They might not be able to get the funding. So it could be a really, really big problem. Utility bills are continuing to rise. So all these costs are being thrown on top of all these homeowners, and now it's probably even more affordable than to rent in most of these areas. So people are going to start to step away from home ownership, and that's going to be the moment where you're going to want to have cash, credit, a strategy, and a game plan to go out there and invest in distressed real estate. To me, it looks like we're stepping into a situation where you're going to be able to pick up really big discounted real estate deals. You're going to be able to pick up even small businesses, buying small businesses. There's going to be so much opportunity over the next year or so, but there's going to be a rough ride ahead for America over the next couple of years. What do you think about it? Drop it below. Subscribe here. Subscribe also to my second channel. It's an interactive call-in show and a podcast. I have a new guest coming on next week. And LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok up in the banner for short form content. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm going to post there a lot. Drop your comments below though. Let's have a conversation. I enjoy reading all the comments, and I respond to just about every comment. So be sure to leave a comment below and let's talk about it, and catch you guys in the next video.
is your profession?
The adversary of this world are ready to die to take away our freedom. Chronicle Nation, what is your profession? What is your profession?